Good morning, everyone. Welcome in the new session. Today we will start a new lesson in geography. The title of the lesson is Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation, and Wildlife Resources. So, we are going to study a lot of things in this chapter. So, let's start the chapter. The chapter begins with a small country named Tanzania. In a small village in Tanzania, Africa, Tanzania is in Africa. Mamba is the name of a small girl. Gets up very early in the morning to fetch water. Fetch means to collect water. She has to walk a long way and returns after a few hours. So the story is long ago. That time they did not had tap in their house for water. So people had to walk some distance to bring the water. Here Mamba, the girl, also had to walk some kilometers to bring water for her home. She then helps her mother in the house and joins her brothers in taking care of their goats. So not only this girl is bringing water from the far off distance, but she also helps her mother in the kitchen. After helping her mother in the kitchen, she helps her brother in taking care of the gods. So this girl is a very hard-working girl. All her family owns is a piece of rocky land around their small hut. So their house is a small hut, and the land which they had was a rocky, that was not fertile. In fertile land everything grows well. In rocky land nothing grows well. Mamba's father can barely grow some maize and beans on it after toiling hard. So after doing lot of hard work, Mamba's father is only able to grow some maize and beans on their field, and this is not enough to meet their family expenses for the whole year. So Mamba's family is a poor family. But this girl Mamba, she is a very hard-working girl who works from morning till night. She is helping her mother in household work, helping her brother in taking care of the gods, etc. So this girl is a very hard-working girl. Now we will see another example. Another example is of a boy called Peter. Peter lives in the heart of the sheep rearing region in New Zealand. New Zealand is famous for rearing sheep, and in one of the areas Peter lives there with his family. His family runs a wool processing factory, so they are producing wool in the factory. Every day when he returns from school, Peter watches his uncle taking care of their sheep. So Peter goes to school also, and after coming back from school, he watches his uncle taking care of their sheep. Their shipyard is situated on a wide grassy plain with hills in far distance. So their field is a grassy plain. Lot of grass is there. It is managed in a scientific way using the modern technology. So they are using tractors, they are using insecticide, pesticide, harvester, etc. All the modern facilities they are using scientific technology. Peter's family also grows vegetables by organic farming, and they are growing some vegetables also. So Peter's family is a good family. Good family means in a way they are having a good life. They are earning nicely, and the Peter is going to school also. After coming from there, he is watching his uncle how he is taking care of the sheep, and their field is a grassy field where they are growing some vegetables also. So in a way, this Peter's life is a good life in New Zealand. He, along with his uncle and other family members, they are living their life very nicely. So Peter, who is a boy living in New Zealand, is having a good time in his house. Now, Mamba and Peter stay in two different parts of the world and lead very different lives. This difference is because of the differences in the quality of land, soil, water, natural vegetation, animals, and the uses of technology. So we can see a lot of difference. The Mamba's field is a rocky field, while Peter's field is a fertile field. The ability of such resources is different from place to place. So there is a difference of the soil, of the animal, of the people from one place to another place. So next topic is land. Land is among the most important natural resources. It covers only about 30% of the total area of the earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are not habitable. Habitable means you cannot live there. For example, you cannot live in very icy region, you cannot live in top mountains. So out of total land, 71% earth is covered with water, 29% earth is covered with land, and this 29% also is not fit for living. Some areas like forests, mountains, icy regions, they are not fit for living. The uneven distribution, uneven means some places more people live, some places less people live, of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristic of land and climate. So where land is good, climate is good, more and more people like to live, and where climate is not good, land is not fertile, there many people don't like to live. The rugged topography, rugged means taken out, topography, climatic factors. Steep slopes, steps means this type of slanting slope. Slope means the mountain type of area is known as slope. Of the mountains, low lying areas susceptible. Susceptible means they are easily found there to water. So in these areas, water is easily found. So you can see another example of the land. This is one example of the land, and you can see the percentage: 71% of the earth covered with water, 29% covered with land. So this is the way in which the total part of land and water is shown. Now, do you know section is there in your book? 90% of the world population occupy only 30% of the land area. So 90% of the population live only in 30% because they search for good water and good land. The remaining 70% of the land is either sparsely means less populated, or uninhabited. Uninhabited means no one lives there. So in this way we come to the end of this session. We will continue the chapter in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.